it's Britt. Today we're doing a yoga flow for the hips and the hamstrings. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel and check out the video description for your free gift to download. Okay, let's get on the mat. Today we'll start in Child's Pose. It's a nice way to just soften the hips. So for Child's Pose, we're going to have the big toes together. Knees can be as wide apart as you like. Then sitting back on the heels, reach the arms and the torso, release the forehead down. Just finding some softness in the hips, lengthen the spine. See if you can also find some softness in the back of the neck. From Child's Pose, rising up, flip the toes and come into a plank pose. Spread the fingers, push the floor away with the palms of the hands. Activate the belly, activate the legs. Deep breath in. On the exhalation, push back to downward facing dog. Reach the sit bones up towards the ceiling. Release the back, release the shoulders, release the neck. Shift the weight back into the legs, allowing the legs to carry half of the body's weight. Reach the heels towards the wall behind you and open the backs of the legs. From downward facing dog, shift the weight forward, coming back to plank. Strong belly, deep breath in. On the exhalation, shift forward, bend the elbows, lower down to the mat. Flip onto the tops of the feet. And then we'll go into a little Sphinx pose. For Sphinx, the forearms are parallel to each other. So take a look at your forearms. Make sure they create two lines that are parallel to each other. The legs are on the mat. And then curling the spine, lengthen through the spine, through the neck, through the top of the head. Broaden the collarbones. And breathe. From Sphinx, turn the left forearm so it's parallel to the edge of the mat. Then bend the right knee back. And then reach back with the right hand, grab the right ankle. And see if you can bend your right elbow up towards the ceiling. Right hand grabbing the right ankle, right elbow bending up towards the ceiling. And release. We'll do the second side. So place the lower right arm so it's parallel to the edge of the mat. Bend the left knee. Reach back with the left hand, grab the left ankle. See if the left elbow will bend up towards the ceiling. Left elbow bending up towards the ceiling. And breathe. And release. Coming back to Sphinx, forearms parallel to each other, lengthening the spine, the neck, the top of the head. See if you can soften the lower back as you curl the upper back. From Sphinx, release the torso down, move the hands on either side of the chest, and then use the strength in your arms to push back, coming to a tabletop. Hands are shoulder distance apart, knees hip-width distance apart. From tabletop, step the left foot forward, place the left foot between the two hands, left knee between the arms. Then flip the toes under, bring the right knee up, runner's lunge. Finding space in the right hip and the right thigh. Deep breath in. On the exhalation, left leg goes all the way back to downward facing dog. Bring the knees down to the mat, tabletop, and we'll do the second side. Step the right foot forward. Place the right foot between the two hands, right knee between the arms. Then flip the toes under, bring the back knee up for runner's lunge. Finding space in the left hip and the left thigh. Deep breath in. On the exhalation, right leg goes all the way back to downward facing dog. Look up at the space between your hands. Step the left foot forward for runner's lunge. You can go through tabletop if you like. Then bring the right knee down, flip the toes, and we'll go into a lizard pose. For lizard, we're going to bring both hands to the big toe side of the left foot. Both hands on the big toe side of the left foot. Then you can keep the hands down, or if you like, bring the forearms down, interlace the fingers. If you want, you can also flip the toes under, bring the back knee up for lizard pose. Staying here for a couple of breaths. Then from lizard, use the strength in your arms to rise up. Place the right hand down next to the left foot and reach the left arm up to the ceiling for twisted lunge. Circle the left arm down, step all the way back to downward facing dog. Second side, look up at the space between your hands, step the right foot forward. Left knee comes down, flip the toes, setting up for lizard. Bring both hands on the big toe side of the right foot. Either keep the palms down on the floor or bring the forearms down and interlace the fingers. From here, if you like, flip the toes under, bring the left knee up. And then from lizard, rising up, place the left hand next to the right foot, reach the right arm up, twisted lunge. Keep the hips nice and low. Circle the right arm down, step all the way back to downward facing dog. From down dog, we raise the left leg up for three-legged dog. And then bring the left leg in for pigeon. Right knee comes down, flip the toes. So in pigeon, make sure the left knee joint is feeling happy and safe. Make sure the hips are square, facing straight ahead. Inhale and lengthen the spine. On the exhalation, fold forward. Rising up from pigeon, turn towards the back of the mat. Keep the left leg bent, right leg straight as you turn. When you're facing the back of the mat, place the left foot against the right thigh, left knee down on the floor. Right leg is straight. Make sure the right toes are pointing up towards the ceiling. Right toes to the ceiling. Inhale and lengthen. On the exhalation, fold over the right leg. Reaching out, lengthening the spine. No point in just cranking the forehead down towards the knee. That doesn't actually accomplish anything. It's actually about lengthening the spine, reaching towards the toes. Make sure the toes are still pointing up towards the ceiling and the leg is not opening out to the side. And rising up, bend the right knee. Pick up the right foot. Place it on the other side of the left knee. Inhale, reach the arms up to the ceiling. On the exhalation, twist to the left, which means towards the top of the mat. Twist towards the top of the mat. Place the hands at the top of the mat. Push back to downward facing dog. Second side, right leg comes up, three-legged dog. Right leg comes in for pigeon. Set up your pigeon pose on the right side, making sure the knee joint is happy and safe. The hips are square. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and then fold forward. Rising up from pigeon, we're going to turn towards the back of the mat. Keep the right leg bent, left leg straight as you turn. Press the right foot against the left thigh. Left leg is straight, left toes up towards the ceiling. Inhale, lengthen the spine. On the exhalation, fold forward over the left leg. Don't waste your time trying to crank your forehead down towards your knee. Instead, lengthen the spine, reaching towards the toes. And breathe. And release. Bend the left knee. Pick up the left foot. Place it on the other side of the right knee. Inhale, reach the arms to the ceiling. On the exhalation, twist to the right, which means towards the top of the mat. Twist towards the top of the mat. Place the hands at the top of the mat. Push back to downward facing dog. Look up at the space between your hands. Step the left foot forward for runner's lunge. Now from runner's lunge, we're going to go into side lunge at the back of the mat. So shift to the back of the mat, bend the right knee, and bring the left toes up towards the ceiling. So we'll start with the right heel up off the mat, right heel up off the mat. Left leg is straight, and we're going to try and have the left toes towards the ceiling. And then we'll switch to the other side. So use the strength in your arms. Shift to the other side, straighten the right leg, right toes up to the ceiling. Left heel comes up, bend the left knee for side lunge. And let's switch back and forth between the two. Bend the right knee, straighten the left leg. And then switching, bend the left knee, straighten the right leg. Let's do that 2 more times. Switching to the right and the left. Just finding some softness in the hips. Finding some motion, some softness as we move back and forth. Let's go back to the right side. Bend the right knee. Now see if you can bring your right heel on the floor or closer to the floor. Left leg is straight. Then we can have the hands down on the mat, or if you like, try to bring the hands together in prayer position. If you want to try to bind, you're going to wrap your right arm around your right knee. So leaning forward, wrap your right arm around your right knee. Then reach the left arm up towards the ceiling and then all the way around. See if the fingers find each other behind your back. And then look towards the ceiling, opening the heart. And release. Come back to the other side. Bend the left knee. Straighten the right leg, moving slowly and mindfully. There's no rush. Right toes up to the ceiling. See if the left heel will come closer to the floor, maybe all the way down to the floor. Side lunge. Hands can be on the mat, or you can bring the hands together in prayer position. Make sure the right toes are up to the ceiling. That's how the pose stabilizes itself. If you want to try binding on this side, wrap the left arm around the left knee. Reach the right arm up to the ceiling. Circle the arms. See if the fingers find each other behind the back. Open the heart. Look up towards the ceiling again. and release. Coming to face the top of the mat, hands on either side of the left foot. Step the left leg back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in on the exhalation, knees come down wide apart, big toes together. Child's pose, breathe and rest. Good job. And you can rest in child's pose as long as you like. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed this sequence for the hips and the hamstrings. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and also take a look at the video description for a free gift. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.